Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to a game making series using Zepeto and Unity. So this is the extension of the previous episode where we coded logic of transforming into a prop. And in this episode, we are going to add few buttons for some extra functionality and improve our code. So without any further delay, let's get started. So let's add a button for duplicating a prop. Simply right click on the hierarchy and select UI, and under UI select button. Let's rename our button to copy button and also change the position of the button to the middle right of the screen. Now let's open the player avatar script and access our button by simply exposing a button as public. Also create a method which will be called when we try to clone a prop and name it as onObjectDuplicate. And let's also attach a listener on our copy button which will call a method. Now we need few other things. Firstly, we need a player holder which will store a reference of our current player. And let's fetch our current player after we are done instantiating our player. And also while we are here, let's update all the player references. Second thing we need is a reference to a current prop so that we can create a copy of it. Third thing we are going to do is to get a reference of an empty game object which we will name it as duplicate object holder, and let's create this empty game object inside start. And also write some code for destroying all these clone objects when we transform into a prop. Now one final piece that is remaining is to add code for duplicating the prop inside our onObjectDuplicate method. So finally all our code is in place. It's time to test the game. Let's switch back to Unity and play the game. So our game is working as expected. We can now make copies easily by clicking the button. Now we also need a functionality of rotating our prop by simply rotating a camera. And to implement this, we first need a reference of a player camera and fetch its rotation every fixed update and apply it on a prop. So to find the player camera, simply click on Zepeto player and click on the prefab under camera. And this prefab is currently used as a camera. So let's write some code to fetch its reference and its position. So let's open a player avatar script and define a reference of the camera. And under start, let's find a Zepeto camera and set its child as our camera. Now add a fixed update method and update a prop rotation inside it. Now we are good to go. Let's check our game and see the results. So everything is working as expected. We are pretty much close to a result. There's one more thing to add, and that is a button to lock our rotation. So let's quickly add a button by duplicating the copy button and rename it as lock button and arrange it below our copy button. Let's open a player avatar script and add another reference for it. Also rename both of our buttons to distinguish them better. Let's create an onLock method and define a listener inside start, which will call our onLock method, and this listener will be for our lock button. We also need a boolean which will keep track of our lock and set this as false. We will also be checking it inside our fixed update for enabling and disabling the rotation. Let's also write some code inside our lock method which will simply change the boolean and update the text on the button. So finally we are done with the coding. Let's check it out in the editor. So our lock functionality is also working the way it was expected. And that brings us to the end of our video. But before we end, let's also check this on our mobile device. So it is working great on our mobile device, but the buttons are little small, which we are going to fix on our next episode. So if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, do subscribe it for more videos, and don't forget to like the video if it was helpful.